In this bulletin, another new CEO to head up Cartridge World. Hello, I'm David Gibbons. Thanks for joining me. Way back in 1992, Australian businessman Brian Stokes started what would become a well-known international brand for printer supplies. His Adelaide-based business was renamed Cartridge World in 1999, and a franchise business model was used to license stores around the globe. And today, there are about 600 stores around the world. It's a business that has had to continually evolve with the maturing printing supplies industry. And it's true to say the way the business operates today is vastly different to the way it was some 20 to 30 years ago. But in 2018, Entrepreneur magazine named Cartridge World one of the top global franchises of the year. In the past 6 years, there has been 3 changes in CEO, and now another CEO has just been appointed. Edwin Louis joined the company 10 years ago and has held roles as General Manager in Asia and the Middle East and Global Chief Financial Officer. Louis is based in Hong Kong and he joins me online. Greetings, Edwin.
Thank you, David, for the opportunity for me to meet with you today.
I'd like to learn a little bit more about your background. I know you grew up and went to school in Hong Kong. Then you went to South Australia to gain a bachelor's degree in commerce, and you worked there in professional services and gained your CPA and CFA charter in accounting. So you brought a youthful professional and accounting experience with you to Cartridge World.
Yeah. So basically, I spent about the 6-7 years in the professional services firm, where I was involved in the chartered accounting and also business advisory, management consulting projects. Before I joined Cartridge World, I was one of the management consultants with an Adelaide-based management consulting firm called MHM, which is now Deloitte Australia. So the Deloitte Australia is a presidential firm, and I was involved in a number of management consulting projects and working for the Pepsi Cola in China, Honda in Thailand, Walmart in Shenzhen, and all these international projects before I joined Cartridge World.
So you did bring some significant experience with you to Cartridge World, some 10 years ago now?
So I joined Cartridge World back in 2010 as the Asia Regional Manager. Then I progressed into the GM for Asia and Middle East region. Back in 2015, because of my background, the finance background, and also the geographic location, Hong Kong, so I was also tasked or involved in the sale of Cartridge World business, and as a result, the business was sold to the associated company of SGT. Then I was appointed as the global CFO for Cartridge World, and also added to that is the head of AMEA, Asia, Middle East, and Africa region, where in the last 3 years handled like a number of restructuring exercises involving the sale of our corporate-owned master operation in the UK and France to Paul Carroll, and also then 2 years ago the license sale of an ANZ business to Peter Mitropoulos Ostjet associated company, and more recently the USA license deal with Blackford Capital's associated company. So in the last, I think the last 10 decades, I was lucky, probably because of the geographic location that like the office here in Hong Kong also allowed me to work very closely with the suppliers in the industry, where I was involved in the approved supplier program, that I was able to know and build a relationship with some of the legends in this industry, like Arnold Ho of Printwright, Jackson Wan and Jason Wan of Nystar Group, and also like for example like Michael Mo of Michael Jet in Taiwan. So all these part of like my job, in the past 10 years.
You are right, Edwin. The global industry must have China as part of the equation in business to maintain success into the future. It's been a meteoric rise for you, however, to reach the position you have today. You also bring to the table youth and energy. So what are the real reasons why you were selected as the new global CEO? Is it your youth, your ties to China, your professional experience, or is it something different?
That is a very good question, David. I guess it's very tempting for someone to say that you are selected as the CEO because you are the best in the organization. You know everything, and you know the best answer to all the different questions. But I feel what I found is that it's not necessarily the case. For me, I guess the one who can come up with, who can do everything, it may not make himself as a good CEO. For me, in my opinion, I think a good CEO should be like a conductor for an orchestra. So you don't necessarily need to know how to play an instrument, or but at the same time, what you really need to know is that how does every instrument sound, and be able to come up with the team, that who are able to play every instrument right, that it will be like the conductor role, and which is very similar, what I see as a CEO. I guess why I'm selected, the board, see me as that, be able to play that conductor role well. I guess I feel I am also very lucky in the way that because I am given now the flexibility to compose and to write the music that I would like to play. To also, I'm lucky enough to inherit some good team members, and also with the flexibility to come up with the select of my new team members as well. So I think that is the reason why I'm selected.
Edwin, what are your priorities for the next 12 months?
My vision for Cartridge World is to make Cartridge World to become the enduring, great company with a recognizable brand, in this industry, and be seen by the household and business that we are knowledgeable and caring. So to do that, in the next 12 months is very important, in the whole transformation agenda of Cartridge World. Cartridge World is an evolving business like anyone else, in the industry, or actually anyone or any business in other industries. So the four things I also shared it with an open letter with my partners, the franchisees, and also the team members. The first thing is that we want to be an undisputed printing authority. We can't be an undisputed printing authority if we don't know how to do our things well. We don't excel in what we do. So to do that, we will strengthen and reinforce our training program and come up with the tools and the methodology, all that, to help our franchisees in appearance and in substance be seen as an expert when it comes to print. And then it comes down to the second point, which is like to deliver a sustainable, profitable, and franchisable business model. Because, if we don't have a profitable business model and we don't come up with a sustainable business model that with the flexibility for us to grow and to evolve, then this is not going to be a good franchise model. And we need to deliver that. And we have actually done a lot of trial and errors, and have seen a lot of have done a lot of store visits, have a lot of brainstorming sections with master franchisees around the world. We've seen the best practices. We have also seen some stores that they're struggling. So in a way, we are confident that what are working, what are not working. And with this collective set of data information, we are going to come up with a model that we believe going to work. And then the third one is that we want to build an innovative platform that will allow us to continue to evolve. So we are going to add in future, in near future, a new R&D team into the organization. So that is very important to allow us to try new things and to try to equip the franchisees and also our partners with the new technology to help the work and the daily work, the business easily, and to hopefully they will be able to sell more and make more. So that will be the third one. And I always think, as a business, that we can't just be looking ourselves, within ourselves. We need to be able to communicate and build that personal attachment with the community, with the people, all the stakeholders we work with. So the fourth one, what we want to focus on is to ignite the emotional attachment with the community. So this part, we will strengthen our social media program, loyalty program in the around the different regional markets. So this will be the focus, 4 focuses for our 2020 in the short and midterm.
Evolution, as you're suggesting, is a very important part of this process. The Cartridge World business model needs to continue to change if it is to remain relevant to consumer needs. So, how would you like to grow the Cartridge World brand?
The way I see that, David, this is probably just my philosophy, that I have found. Running a franchise business is very similar to running a government of a country. So in a country, as a citizen, you will hold the passport of that country, you hold the nationality, you own the assets, and every day you work hard for yourselves and you work hard for your families. All right, you don't work for the government. So the government in return, they will tax the citizens, they will need to build and maintain the infrastructure, so to make their citizens' lives much better, improve their life quality, and also they will take care of the defense of the country to make sure that, to fend off the invasion or attack from the other countries. And at the same time, they build alliance partnerships with the neighboring countries. And that is basically, I found that these are the work as a government for the country. And very similar, isn't it, when it comes to franchise business, that all our franchisees, they are owners of their own business, all right? They open the store every morning, they close the store every morning, every afternoon once they finish. what they do, they work hard every day, basically just for themselves, to make the earnings that could feed to look after their family. Okay, so they don't work for the franchisor, but they are contributing to the brand. So the way I see it is that as the franchisor, what we will do, we make sure that all these royalty or the license fee that we make from our franchisees. Of course, we have our government to run, our business to run, but at the same time, we will also reinvest back to maintain the sustainability of the franchise system. So I always feel that a good business should be run like a government. A government should be run like a business when it comes to efficiency. So I think that will be the way I would like to run and grow the brand. And my vision is that, or my hope, I would like to build Cartridge World to become one of the favorable business choices when someone is looking for a franchise business to buy, to invest, and something that they become a franchisee, they can be proud of becoming a Cartridge World franchisee, and also at the same time they will find real value of being a Cartridge World franchisee. So that will be the way I would like to grow Cartridge World to be.
While Cartridge World is part of the industry, there have been times when it has been an industry apart. So as a significant player in this imaging equipment and supplies industry, what key messages do you want to be sharing with other leaders and the industry as a whole?
That is a very big question, and I think as a player in this industry, what I want to say, we always say we are a player in the industry. For me to share a message with other players in this industry, I guess I'll put it this way: in game theory, there are two types of games. One is the finite game, so another one is the infinite games. So in the finite game is divided as is bounded by the set rules, known players, and in a finite period of time you play, and then the purpose of that game is for winning the game. After that 90 minutes of soccer game, then everyone go to the changing room and go back home. All right, there will be a winner and a loser. In an infinite game, the purpose is not for winning. The purpose is for just continue to play in the game. And for us, or maybe for me, I guess Cartridge World would like to play in that infinite game. This is the game we choose to play. What we want to focus on is to focus on what we can do better, all right, and to excel in what we choose to do and make ourselves relevant and continue to be relevant in the community, be able to add value, solve problem in the community, and also to hopefully that we are able to contribute back to the industry. It's a whole ecosystem. We don't want to really focus on just competition. I think if you ask me the question, what message, I would say, if there is a choice to play an infinite game or finite game, I would encourage all our players peer players in this industry, choose to play that infinite game, not to focus too much on just competition, not to focus on how to see that it's a battle. You want to kill each other. I think that will be that may not be the most healthy way of playing the game. That would be probably my message to the industry. And what I really hope for is that we have a healthy ecosystem that everyone has a role to play in this industry and for a bit better future.
Edwin, thank you very much for making the time to speak with me today. The global leaders in industry are very interested in the direction, the goals and the plans you will take as a leader of the global Cartridge World network. And I'm sure if they had a voice today, would congratulate you, extend best wishes and good luck to you for the future.
Thank you. Thank you so much, David. Thank you.
And for all the latest imaging supplies and office updates, go to our website, rtmworld.com, or grab a copy of our magazine published in English, Spanish, Chinese, Russian, and Arabic. Thanks for keeping in touch. I'm David Gibbons.